Good morning, YouTube.
Good morning, YouTube.
This is Aaron and Tammy, and this is a Sold Out Marriage, a show where we talk about marriage and what we can all do to make it better. Today, if the show is going to have a title, it would be Information Informs and Revelation Transforms. And Tammy's going to read a passage of something she wrote after reading a devotional in her Bible app.
Yeah. So I am just going to read this. Normally we try to just talk about everything, but I am going to read. And actually, there is a quote that Aaron just mentioned: information informs, but revelation transforms. And actually, I do believe, now I just remembered, that quote itself, I'm not sure where it comes from, but I quoted it because I think it was our pastor actually that did mention that. But this whole excerpt comes from a devotional that I had read, and then I just felt like I had to just write and get it out, and so I just wanted to read that to you. I was reading Extravagant, When Worship Becomes a Lifestyle, a devotional. I came across this super simple quote: information informs, but revelation transforms. I had some revelation from the devotional when applying it to worship, but also to marriage. Information learned is a good thing, but unless it penetrates us in a way that moves us toward action and motivates us, then it is only information. When trying to change, information by itself is not super helpful. For example, anger from a spouse who gives you information stating, "No one ever listens to me," is information learned, and if I force myself to just follow the rule that the information gives me, I might be successful sometimes. I might try harder to not make him mad, but will likely be unsuccessful most of the time because I'm driven by information only. Or maybe that information drives me the opposite direction, actually, feeling offended at the information offered. But here's the game changer. What if by that statement I allow God to give me revelation? Seek it out, ask for it, and obtain it. What if I am shown that there is a deeply rooted belief that he is not valued as a man or as a person because of something he experienced as a child? A revelation like that could be a game changer. It could bring healing, wholeness, and freedom, because not only would my motivation change for wanting to make him feel respected and valued, but it would also drive me with passion. And with the state of our marriage conversation, you could ignite a process of healing and recovery. You could banish the lies, break the strongholds your spouse has been bound to, and live as overcomers. The same can be said about ourselves. If I gain information that says I react to my spouse negatively and my anger is out of control, then all I have is information, and I tell myself I just need to not get so angry. Chances are I'm going to find myself 20 years later still struggling and more hopeless than ever at my inability to overcome. But if I seek revelation as to why I react in anger, I may find that I am fearful of something, reacting in anger. But even if that information isn't enough, because I might say to myself, just try to not be afraid then. And if I leave it there, I won't grow. But if I gain revelation as to where the fear was derived from, it will gain me the ability to overcome it at the root cause. I want to be driven to change our patterns and behaviors and overcome them in the only way that will propel us into productive, lasting change, healed, thriving, and free, to have the extraordinary marriage that can only come from godly revelation. And that's posted on our A Sold Out Marriage Facebook page if you want to go back and read that at all. But yeah, I think that quote came from the actual devotional, but our pastor's wife has actually mentioned something very similar before too.
Yeah, I thought it was like almost exactly.
Yeah,
which
it may have been
is kind of
close.
Amazing, because you both got the same message near the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways,
do you have any comments on that? Do you want to talk do you have any initial thoughts about it?
Not necessarily, not anything specific, but I just know that I guess having that in kind of maybe under the surface thinking about it. We've both gone through times, especially these last couple of weeks. Obviously, we're not perfectly on track with our videos.
We're a week behind.
Because, well, not that there's an excuse, but it's been a very busy season. Our kids have been in a stage show. Obviously, the Christmas season is very busy. With whatever you do, there's always things that people are inviting you to or asking you to do, and so it's just been a very busy season, and we haven't. We have found ourselves struggling with stress probably more often than not. But having stuff like that under the surface, I think, has helped us get through some of these times that, maybe we would have stumbled and had a blowout fight, where that was starting, but we were able to pull it back and find ourselves in a better spot and being able to move forward, because life doesn't halt when you are having a problem. And so, we have to find ourselves quickly finding a way forward again. And so I just think that, just going back to the title, Revelation transforms. I think in a lot of ways, you mostly, because you specifically got this message, and we just got it down, got it written out. Have had that, a little bit of a transformation in the way that we interact. And I'm sorry, I'm fighting coughing because I had a cold a couple of days ago.
Like a lot of people out there, I'm sure.
Anyways, but I think pretty much you reading that said most of what needed to be said.
Oh, that's good. So I think for one of the things that we really want to encourage any couples that listen to us or One Extraordinary Marriage or anything else you read or find as a resource is to find yourself a tool or a homework piece out of what you read or what you've learned. And so I think for this week, go out there, and if your spouse says something to you, whether it's in frustration or just a conversation, saying listen is a little bit of an understatement, but really take that information and really take some time to ask God, to reveal to you and to your spouse what is behind the comment or the statement or the feeling, and really gain some understanding and just grow together. So go out there and go make an extraordinary, amazing marriage. We'll see you next week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So if you like the video, click the like button, subscribe, and get push the notification button if you want to know when we make a new video. But we will be seeing you hopefully next week.
Yeah.
we don't. We keep on our schedule, but we're going to do our best to do that because we want to make sure and connect with you guys out there. And so we will see you soon.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.